We're live.
Is that the right one?
It's okay. It's okay.
Good morning. How you doing?
We're live. We're live.
White T-shirt day.
Good morning. It's Friday.
Hey, what's that song on? It's Friday. Hey, and I'm ready to play. Check out. Oh, it's all right. Ooh. Anyway,
Friday night.
Just got paid.
Just got paid.
We got a topic
Pocket.
that we had fun talking about this morning together, and I suspect that you guys will have fun talking about it too. But the topic title is choosing your own path.
Did you bring this for me?
Yes. I ate breakfast downstairs. Choosing your own path. Choosing the direction of your own life. Taking control of it. And choosing the direction of your life. Despite the ups and downs. And even if other people don't understand it.
Absolutely.
Whoop!
And that part is really important. Good morning, Katura. And Katura is on in her own name today. Welcome back.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like.
Anyway.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining this morning. Shout out to Miss Phyllis. Shout out to Katura.
Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Good morning, Sister Katura Green. We're talking about choosing your own path, the direction of your life, not the direction that other people suggested for you or tell you to do, but choosing your own path. This is also Shout It Out Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And Shout Out Friday is an opportunity for you to shout out your business, your cause, your book. You can shout out great other businesses, causes, or books
that you have partaken in and appreciate and think others could know about it.
Yes, shout it out. Let's share. We can share your links today. We love it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but choosing your own path. I want to talk about that this morning too. Lisa and I, we watched a movie last night.
Yes, we did.
We watched
in preparation for the movie that Brian really wants to see.
Right.
But as a result of the really bad experience that I had with accompanying him to another movie, I decided to do some research so that I could be prepared to either say, you know what, baby, I love you, not going.
Like, I want to see Creed 3, and she's like, no. But then she decided, okay, we'll watch Creed 1. We watched it here at the house.
And it was amazing.
You thought it was amazing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It had all the necessary components of a good
yeah, she was
action movie.
She was commenting throughout. This is what you call a plot line,
right? You gotta have a plot. You gotta have an underdog. You gotta have
a protagonist.
Absolutely, and the action has to just not be gratuitous violence. There was a purpose for every fight. And spoiler alert, it's an old movie, right? The ending of the movie could not have had him losing or winning. It had to end exactly the way it did. He lost, but he only lost by a hair.
He won the night.
Absolutely.
Because he wasn't supposed to be close. He's supposed to be demolished.
Absolutely. And right. It could not have ended any other way.
Wow. You feel that highly about it.
Yes.
I enjoyed the movie too, but I see you got more out of it than I did.
But, more out of it, especially on the heels of that horrible John Wick movie.
Well, I don't see John Wick movie as horrible. I thought it was good. I liked it. So, but I want Lisa to see the new Creed movie too.
Not until I see Creed 2. Okay. I saw Creed 1 and it was good.
Creed 2 is better than Creed 1.
I'm reading about it. I got some good reviews on it, but I actually did not get those same reviews on Creed 3. But I think that I'm going to take and make my own mind up after watching Creed 2.
Well, we could watch that today at our home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So maybe the weekend we can catch the Creed 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see Air too.
I want to see Air.
Yes. I choosing your own path, doing stuff like what Lisa does, what I do for a living.
Yeah.
Let me start with me first today. You know what, Brian? You're so smart. You'd be good at doing this.
A lot of people have opinions about what you do better.
Yes.
A lot of people had opinions about what I should be doing.
Lisa, with your character and your charm and your brains and your skill set,
Good
you
morning,
should be
Judy,
working
Judy.
for this company.
Well, working at IBM for almost 20 years and reaching the levels that I reached with the education and background. Thank you.
Got your makeup and hair right. Lisa got her feet done yesterday. She couldn't wait to show them off. Look at her pretty toes.
They are.
And today she's gonna go get a haircut.
Yes. With my background and education or lack of formal education, I received my training and my certifications actually on the job. When I told my surrogate mother that I was leaving IBM, she was up in arms. Of course. And she was like, God gave you that job. And she was telling me what God said. I'm like, God's call was not a conference call.
That's right.
He is the one who is giving me this unction to move on to the next leg. And it was very clear about it. Like, I thought what she said, I thought, God put me here. God helped me get here. Yes. And God has fulfilled that with you
for that time.
For that season. There was a lot that I learned. And a lot that I got to do, but it was time to fulfill what he really wanted me to do.
We talk about that in my household a lot. People that say stuff like, "How you gonna leave that good job with those good benefits?" Right, just like that. Cedric the Entertainer tells a story. Steve Harvey tells a story. They had regular jobs, okay, but it wasn't what they wanted to do. Creed. What's the kid's name?
He had Adonis
Creed, but the actor's name.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. He put in the character he played.
How could you not know that?
I know it. I just did the prompt. He had a good job.
He had a good job
with good benefits and had just gotten a promotion.
Absolutely, a new office and an assistant was going to be a part of that new position.
But he didn't want it.
He wasn't happy.
No, he didn't want that. He wanted something else for his life. He wanted to be a fighter. He wanted to box.
But you know what I think would have been different in a different season of his life?
Maybe. If he maybe was older, it might have been a different thing or something like that. Is that what you're suggesting?
Not necessarily older. He didn't have the love of his life yet. He didn't have any other responsibilities. He only had him at that point.
Yeah.
And the love of his
mother,
who was not really his mother.
She was his mother.
She was his mother, absolutely. But I mean, in deference to his biological mother, you have to make that distinction.
Right. So choosing your own path. Now, this gentleman, you would think he had it all, but he wasn't happy, like Lisa just said. He wanted something else. So he was willing to trade what society would deem as something that you want. He was willing to let that go.
He let go of that car.
He let go of his car.
Oh, Jesus.
Lost his car.
He lost it in a fight.
And
fighting for what he believed.
Yes.
But that was a good car.
Now, when you
that was a good fight too, though.
Yes, but when you do that, when you summon up the courage to take that leap into what you want, most of the time in life, when you take that leap from good job, good benefits to what you want, you're going to take a financial dip. You're going to take a dip in financial standing. You're going to take a dip in stability.
It brings to reason. You pay the cost.
You pay the cost
to be the boss.
That's right. So it ain't going to look good.
Not for a minute.
Not right away. It won't. Okay. It don't look good right away. Okay. It looks ridiculous right away. And you might even be mocked.
Sometimes it looks like, don't do that.
When I left Marriott Corporation and I was just got promoted too. I was a front desk manager, and I wanted to be I wanted to go into sales, straight sales. And I left Marriott, I went into sales, and a couple of years later, I had started to do good in sales, and I bumped into one of my old coworkers. Man, Brian, you should have never left Marriott, man. Really? You know why I really left Marriott? Because I was getting promoted. I was doing good there, and I liked the job. But I saw like the area director, one of the big wigs, the big muckety mucks came and visited our hotel. And he was supposed to be like over all these other hotels. And I found out he was over all these hotels, but he was only making about $60,000 a year. And his job didn't look fun to me. So if my aspiration was to get to where he was, oh, heck no. I don't want to do that. No way.
No, thank you.
No, I didn't want that no more. When I saw the person with the job that I thought I would have wanted, nah, I didn't want that no more. So I got to get out of there.
So the importance of choosing your own path.
Despite the setbacks, despite the ups and downs. You know, what if there's a lot of downs, baby? What if it's painful? What if it caused you to lose your car?
I think sometimes that is the reality of it.
And the part of it, it's probably a part of it.
Yeah.
The price you must pay. You said it already. You got to pay the cost
to be the boss. The price you get to pay.
You get to pay. And bravo to those of you who are willing to pay the price to choose your own path and go for it that way.
Absolutely.
Yep. I want to I'm gonna send someone tell her to get up on in here.
So, and take a moment to share, like, invite somebody into the broadcast, and definitely don't forget the contest is still going on. We have some challenges in the end of March. We actually had a winner that we have to revisit because he had to handle some personal business and was unable to be available. So we did have a winner.
That guy, right?
Yes. Good gracious. You just threw me off.
Choosing your own path.
My hair is almost where I want it to be.
Okay, well, you're going to get a cut today.
I want it to be cut. Yes. A lot.
You're going to go get a cut today. So I chose stability. I chose opportunity over stability. It was more important to me to have the opportunity to be great than to have a solid, stable paycheck.
I think that's also the necessity for two people in a pursuit.
They got to be lockstep with that.
Well,
no,
I think
understand
that. They get to both understand it, but I think that there is some benefit to having two people that are not necessarily doing the same thing. Like one person gets to be a bit of the stability and the other person gets to be.
Oh, really? So you think like it would be good if one of them had a good job while the other one chose the entrepreneur pursuit?
I think it could be. I see the benefit of both being entrepreneurial, but I also see the benefit like with basketball players, right? So one is out playing basketball and earning all the money, right? But one is staying home with the children and keeping the balance of the home, right?
Yes.
So they couldn't both be NBA and WNBA.
Right. They need somebody like LeBron and Savannah Jordan. Yeah, they need somebody to maintain the house, okay, to run the stuff like that. No doubt. But I thought you was going to a different place at first. That's why I was like, really? I was surprised you was going to go there. But I do think one of the strengths of you and I is from the first moment we met, I never, ever had to explain to you the struggles of being an entrepreneur.
No.
Because you understood them because
I was an entrepreneur.
You're doing the same thing. You're an entrepreneur full time. So I never had to explain to you, look, sometimes it's like this, and sometimes it's like that, and sometimes stuff don't come through, but it does come out. I never had to explain that to Lisa, okay? Because I knew she was in the same kind of fight, okay? She was in the same kind of understanding.
Yeah, I was in the same kind of understanding, but I don't know if this is something that is a pro or a con at this point, but many of the skills that went along with entrepreneurship as far as sales were concerned, I did not have those insights, but I had faith.
Yeah.
My entrepreneurial stability, if you were based upon my faith and actually didn't have a lot to do with sense.
You say that. I've heard you say that a few times, and you've wonderfully given me credit for helping you to understand the selling side of it and to help you to be able to close sales and all that kind of stuff. But I do believe that because you're so smart and because you're hardworking and because you was willing to keep plugging along, you would have eventually figured some more stuff out.
I think you could be right, but I also think that much of the faith was sustaining the place of sales.
Yeah, and it was hard to see it.
It was hard to see it and hard to watch.
Yeah,
but God was in complete control.
It was hard to see.
It was almost magical.
Sister, like Judy Floyd and John Floyd, choosing your own path. Why would they bother to put together a band?
Couture and
Tarnets. Why would they even bother to start a dance academy? Okay, they run risk. What if they don't get any clients? What if they don't like the experience? What if someone da 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 da? Why do I have to travel from city to city
We
every
talked about
week?
you this morning, my sister.
Yes, we did. Lisa and I talked about you this morning, Sophia. But why would Couture and Tarnish choose to travel from city to city every week, promoting what they do and teaching classes in different cities every week? Why? Because that's a path that they chose for themselves. They found a place for themselves there. I'm glad Sophia President came in the room. Okay. Sophia President came in the room today, and I'm happy about that because a few years ago, Lisa and I, we used to host networking meetings on Fridays at a co-working space here in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a really good networking meeting this particular Friday. And one of our friends was in this meeting, and she had opened up a store, kind of. So a bunch of us, I'll say 7 or 8 of us, maybe.
Chef Rev.
7 or 8 of us decided to travel from the networking meeting to our friend's place.
Yes.
It was an apothecary. Yes. It had
drugstore.
It had potions and herbs and all that kind of stuff. And she was showing us kind of giving us a tour of what everything was and how it worked. And she had it set up so beautifully. And I remember being very happy for my sister.
I'm proud
of my sister because she was doing what she wanted to do with her life. Up to that point, she had gathered all of this knowledge. She had studied all of this stuff. She had invested all this money into jars, into potions, into herbs, and all that kind of stuff. And she had everything neatly and laid out and fun and all that kind of stuff. And it was like, I was so excited for her. And since that time, that was a few years back, she has evolved.
Absolutely.
Now, some of you guys know her as Mama Sunfire. Some people know her as the Mixed Dress Maven. She's also a rock star on TikTok, too, with thousands of people with her stuff. But her name is Sophia President. So the reason why I'm happy you're here because we're talking about choosing your own path. Who would choose a path like that? Only the person that's within them would choose a path like that. Mm-hmm. Despite, like Lisa and I just said, despite the setbacks,
the ups and the downs,
despite the ups and downs, that's who she is. She dresses like Mama Sunfire. She keeps the thing going. So we're proud of you.
Yes, absolutely. And the thing is, a person, not you necessarily, but a person can take a setback and still move forward. And that's why it's so important to have that understanding that setback is not over and out. Setback is not over and out.
What do you think purpose plays? What role purpose plays in this?
It definitely has to play a part.
I read one of the books about Malcolm X. This wasn't written by Malcolm X.
Hey, Monica.
Good morning, Monica Allen. Another one.
Allison, absolutely.
Choosing her own path, choosing diversity, and talking about it through children's books.
Education, absolutely.
But I read a book about Malcolm X, and it wasn't an autobiography. This author was talking about Malcolm. And when Malcolm got shut down by the Nation of Islam, he said Malcolm never even considered just going to go get a day job. Okay. He only considered opening up his own organization.
Right. How can I do this differently?
Doing it differently.
How can
because
I
that was what he was. He was doing his thing.
Absolutely. And actually, it's interesting that you brought that up. Is I have been in a really unique space because there was a season where it was very, very difficult for me to do what I used to do the way that I used to do it because my brain wasn't working right now, all these other things.
That was a struggle.
And it was a very big struggle. But then I got some distance from it and the opportunity to work on the same things, but in a very smaller scale to allow my brain to reconvene and reconnect with it.
Speaking in riddles, Lisa got very sick.
Absolutely.
Last year, very sick. And it took some months. For months after her sickness, she had brain fog, a fog, and she couldn't focus long on a thing for a long period of time. And she still had people wanting to work with her, and she was uncertain. She had some shaky ground about whether or not she can complete a task. So she was saying no to some stuff because she didn't feel like she was capable yet. So it took some months. I would say 4 months, maybe 5,
Longer than that.
It goes 6 months for her to fully get back.
Hey,
Okay.
Sophia says, hey, you, George Allen. So anyway, what I'm saying is that there was some trepidation in that.
Mm-hmm.
But reminding myself, even if it's just to stick a toe in, I have been continuing to evaluate the arena, and the purpose behind it has always been to help others with a story to tell, to stand in their truth.
That's right.
Right?
Her mission.
That
and
has
because
always
of the
been
mission,
the
she was able
mission.
to stay with it despite.
Absolutely. And now starting to search for other ways that I can continue to do that. But there were some daunting times where you start to doubt, well, is there room for me anymore? Is there space for me anymore? Is there any value to me anymore? And I'm grateful that I'm able to see where I can still continue to fit. And
how
persevere.
real is that, y'all? That was very transparent. Sophia says, LOL, thank you so much. LOL, y'all. Monica Alice says, good morning, family. That's right, Monica. We're your family, girl. Sophia says, yeah, nah, I'm not a good employee.
No.
She also says, hey, George Allen. And Sophia also, Mr. George Allen, did he have some words in here?
He said, good morning.
Grand Rising, sir. Good morning to you as well. Thank you for coming in the room. Anybody that's doing anything that they set out to do, I honor. Lisa honors. I say that every morning. What, Grand Rising or?
That you got a purpose, that you still have a purpose to be here.
Yes. When you're doing the things that you set out to do. In the movie The Temptations, when what's the leader of the group, the guy that formed the group? And Otis. Ain't nobody coming to hear you sing Otis.
You know, believe it or not, I don't know The Temptations. I've seen it maybe once, maybe a half a time. I know who The Temptations are, but that movie, you really? God. It used to be one of Miss B's favorite movies, and I cannot.
How could you be with me?
I know.
You're not gonna understand a lot of references. She don't know The Temptations movie.
Sophia says no. No, I don't know if I can do this question.
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely. And Couture says, I can understand questioning your value.
Yeah.
When you start to see other people doing what you do, even if they're not doing it well for some reason, when you are in a place where, and I guess we call it now imposter syndrome, if you're experiencing imposter syndrome, it becomes difficult. And I really had a challenge, or still have a challenge, with imposter syndrome.
We all suffer from imposter syndrome to some degree, but a lot of people have overcome it greatly. But imposter syndrome, if you don't know, is what if they find that I'm really just old me? Or am I faking the funk or the nasty dump? Okay, what if they find that I'm really just me? Okay, but
hey, Melissa, good morning.
Good morning, Melissa Price. We're applauding today.
And Cora says, but once you step out and challenge yourself, you move past it.
That's right.
Amen.
That's right. Thank you, Katura.
Sophia says, I have a challenge with imposter syndrome. I think that
most of us do to a degree.
And many of us don't want to admit it publicly. Mm-hmm. The reason why I admit it publicly, because I think I defeat it publicly. When I am private with it, it actually grows.
How about that? Lisa's bringing it this morning, y'all. Let's go down that road some more. When you bring it up, you can defeat it. What do you mean, Lisa?
Sophia says, nah, my SHIT is bad. Yeah, I get it. That's why I said it's real. I understand the need to minimize it with your mouth, right? I understand the need to minimize it because you almost like you want to articulate putting it in its place. But I also think that you can't fight an enemy that you don't confront.
Yes. Monica Allison says, yes, I so agree with you, Lisa. Finding that thing outside of being an employee is difficult. Yeah. Monica also says,
Brian, you know Lisa does watch black movies, LOL.
She don't watch enough. Or she hasn't seen. She does watch them.
A lot of the earlier.
But she's missed a lot of classics.
Because I wasn't watching movies.
She don't understand. You're not gonna, if I say ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis, she's gonna miss the reference because she don't know the movie like that.
That was during a season. You might have been watching movies. I was fighting for my life.
I guess.
I ain't have no time for no movies.
I guess. But it comes on TV often.
And
when it comes on, you're going to have to sit your butt down. You got to see these movies, you know. But I was going to make the point, when Otis's mother was going through cancer and he was visiting his mother, and she passed away from it. And she goes, son, I'm proud of you. Why is that, mama? Because you are doing what you set out to do. He set out to be a singer. His dad had gotten him a job in the factory when he was a young man, but he didn't want to work in the factory. He wanted to be a singer. And he finally had to tell his dad, I'm a singer now. And that's just the way it's going to be. I'm a singer. Okay. He set his mark. That's what
hey, Sophie, you got your mom's phone? She says, hello, this is Sophie Price. How are you? On Melissa's phone. Well, hey, Sophie.
Oh, hello, Sophie. That's right. The importance of choosing your own path. And I really think it's a really, really individualized choice. You know? No, I think someone can't do that for you.
No, it has to be purposeful. She says, I do have her phone. Yeah, we figured that's how you got there. We're grateful. Sophia says, I was like, wait a minute. Amen.
Wait a minute is a great word.
It is.
Here's the other thing too. When he says, I'm a singer now. Okay, I don't want to work in the factory. When Steve Harvey quit his job at the insurance agency to go do stand-up comedy. Schultz, man. When Cedric the Entertainer left his job at Coca-Cola to go tell jokes, okay? Everybody said, how you gonna quit that good job with those good benefits to go tell jokes and all that kind of stuff.
Hey, Dr. Deborah, good morning.
It's the price you pay to be yourself. The price you pay to be who you are. Mm-hmm. Dr. Deborah Dunstan, good morning to you. We're talking about the courage to choose your own path despite the setbacks, despite the valleys, despite that. Choosing your own path, choosing to be the person that you've decided you want to be.
Monica says, and the purpose is the base. What to do with it is the challenge.
Purpose is the base.
Absolutely.
And what to do with it is the challenge.
The purpose is the base. That's why discovering your why is so important.
What matters to you?
Many years ago, as I was just developing the discovering your why process, and I was understanding how to conflate the 5 whys or the 7 whys with that whole process. I went through the why process with my brother.
Okay.
And much like with Lucinda Cross, you get to the real why
by asking
why enough times. Oh, I want to have a lot of money. It's always right there up at the top. And oh, I want to be my own boss. And oh, I this. And I said, okay, let's get beyond that. Let's get down to some meat. Why? And we ultimately came up with, because both of us came from, his mother is my surrogate, adoptive foster mother, whatever you want to call her. And his why was much aligned with her. It was, I want to be able to support the children in the communities on a bigger scale, like my mother always wanted to do.
Yeah.
It took us about 7 whys to get past the big house, big car, big being accepted by everybody and all of this and all of that, to finally realize many of our whys is we want to be the change that we needed.
That's such a powerful the example's not the right
Good
word.
morning,
task,
Kia.
a journey to take. Mm-hmm. Discovering your why is such a powerful, because very, very often when you start to get close, it becomes more emotional.
Mm-hmm. And most of us want to pull back from the emotional.
Right. They want to fight that.
Ultimately, when you cry, you've reached your why.
Yes,
so often, when you
to cry,
you have reached your why. And that's why many of the clients that I work with in our first discovery session, you got to come with a notebook, a pen, and a box of tissues. because understand that we're going to get to the root of what you really want to bring forth in this world.
It's a journey. It's a journey. Watching that someone go. We saw that. I saw it one time live with Lucinda. The lady she brought a lady up from the, and she was really excited. And she said, so what does you want to do with your life? She says, I want to do this. And then Lucinda said, well, why do you want to do that? Mm-hmm. And then the ebullience changed because she was enthusiastic to be up front of the room. And so she said, well, why do you want to do that? And then she was like holding her hands up. Okay, great. Now, why do you want to do that? Mm-hmm. And then why is that important to you? 4. Why is that important to you? 5. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then why do you want to do that? 6. Mm-hmm. And then the lady's face was blank. And why do you want to do that? Because I love my children. She started to cry.
Yeah, it's called, that process is called root cause analysis. When you get to the root cause of what is compelling you to have sleepless nights, to have oodles and noodles days, to be willing to fight through this journey despite your one sale, because understanding is sometimes you were just learning that wasn't what you should be selling.
Yeah.
Sometimes the failure is trying to help guide those reins to teach you where you really need to be. Sophia said, I'm starting to believe that I didn't have a choice. We do and we don't. That's one of those hard to really explain things, right? Because we all have free will. But I also believe that we were created with a divine purpose.
I think I understand that. I'm starting to believe I didn't have a choice. There was a season in my life where I was not doing well at all financially. I was living in a hovel, and I was struggling to make my business work. And I took a job, a real corporate job where you had to clock in and all that kind of stuff.
You said it almost like a cuss word, where you had to clock in and all that stuff.
Well, I'm commenting on the part. I'm starting to believe that I didn't have a choice. Mm-hmm. Even then, I wasn't training anybody on selling or sales. I wasn't doing any parts of my business. I was just doing the job day to day. If someone asked me somewhere, what do you do? I would say I'm a sales coach or a sales trainer. It would just fly out of my mouth. I wasn't even thinking about it. And while I was at the job, doing the job, in my gut, in my belly, it was just churning because I wanted to do me. And this wasn't doing me. I wanted to be gone from here. I didn't want to do this anymore. It was like I didn't have a choice. And I even had to ask, because I was winning salesperson of the month and I was doing this kind of stuff. I even had to ask them to fire me because I didn't have enough courage to quit at the time. But I feel you when you said you didn't have a choice. I don't have a choice but to do what I do. And I think if I'm not doing what I do now, helping people to sell themselves and their services better, I'm showing dishonor to my God.
Absolutely.
That's what I think I'm doing when I don't do this.
Absolutely. Katura says, I need to pull my book, pull back to stay, pull that playbook.
Pull that book back out. She's talking about discovering your why.
Oh,
pull that book back out.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Discovering your why, journey to wholeness. Mm-hmm. And after the introduction, the first very most important page in that book is your promise not to quit.
Yes.
It's not a promise to me. It's a promise to yourself.
Okay, Judy, first, it's a promise your phone, Lisa.
To yourself.
Okay.
Because it is that important that no matter where you get in this journey, no matter what helps you, no matter even what success you get, if it is not in your purpose, if it is not the success that brings you close to who and what you were intended to be and bring about, then you will continue to seek your source.
Sister Judy, I feel you. Thank you for sending that to Lisa. I'm not sure how much of that we could share.
Right.
Okay, but I understand the story, and I feel John's pain during those years. Mm-hmm. And then being mismatched. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's why Dr. Deborah, here she comes.
Sophia says, thus why I'm not a good employee. Okay. Amen.
Dr. Deborah says,
yes, the promise not to quit keeps me moving forward even when I don't see anything. Amen. Mm-hmm. Judy says you can share it.
I want to tell you about this guy named John Floyd, Judy's husband. Lisa and I have been blessed. He has a band. It's called Next Level Band, and he has another band too. But He plays the guitar.
Create? Is that the name of the other one?
It's something time. But anyway, he plays the guitar in the band.
The
But
bass.
he's bass guitar, but he also runs the band. He also he coordinates everything. He runs it. And I've seen him perform several times. And we've been up front to see him perform several times. And I watch his face as he's performing.
Correct.
Now he's managing the other musicians and the singers. He's directing traffic and he's playing, but his face is wonderfully happy and focused. He's focused on what he's doing, but he's happy in the moment, and he's really getting into it. And his band is good. It's the product. It's obviously the product of a lot of practice. Okay, you couldn't be that good and just showing up. So,
and synergy. Well.
Yeah, they're good. So it looks to me like they must practice. They must be good. They have to. So imagining, Judy just shared a story with us where he didn't play his bass guitar for 5 years.
I can't even imagine.
He was working a job, and whenever they closed the doors behind him in that job, he felt like he was in prison. And John happened to have been matched with a maid at the time that didn't want him to perform. So she wasn't encouraging him to do it. But imagine that.
Didn't understand it and had a
well, she
desire
couldn't
for
see it. She couldn't see it. Yeah, she could have been wanting stability. But imagine that amazing musician in that world not doing what he does right now boggles my mind. I could not imagine John not doing what he does right now.
Yeah, so, I couldn't either. And I'm grateful that he has the right mate. There's something Keturah and Judy
and Lisa.
And I'm so grateful. I have to tell you guys, you will not believe how much I pray for others to have the opportunity to experience the types of marriages that we have in this late stage of our lives, late stage because we're over 50, but that bring us such joy.
Mm-hmm. But y'all had to go through some things to become the person that you became, to understand the Brian, okay, to understand the John, to understand the Tarnez. You had to go through some things yourself.
Yeah.
Mark Greer submits.
We're 9 days away from our Oh, that's 9. That's actually 6, isn't it? But we're 9 days away from our 7th anniversary.
Mark Greer submits. Many people don't want to get to the root cause of things.
They don't want it.
Because it may result in being uncomfortable.
Usually does.
Most of the time it does. It may even lead to the realization that they are, in fact, the root cause of the problem.
You're your own worst enemy.
The truth is often uncomfortable. The truth is often uncomfortable. It can be unpleasant. It can be rough. However, the truth can also be the key to realizing your breakthrough.
Absolutely. A necessary component.
Mr. Mark Greer.
A necessary component. And you know what's interesting, and this is another throwback to my corporate.
Mark.
Thank you, Mark. What is also interesting is root cause analysis. Root cause analysis was a large component of my corporate job. I was actually a change coordinator, which required that in a failed change, you had to do an extensive root cause analysis, which was an RCA, in order to then take the solution to the problem department for them to fix.
Judy Floyd says, me either, Brian. Music is his breath. Talking about imagining John not doing music. Imagine John was in a marriage where his wife didn't want him to do any parts of it. She wouldn't support. Go ahead and do your little band thing, John.
Oh, I love not your little band.
Go ahead and do your
little business,
John. Yeah, go and work on your little business. I don't want to support it. And then we don't talk about it in my house either. Imagine the hell that would have been. The hell.
Judy says, when I sit in my office and I hear him playing the bass, it brings me joy.
It brings me joy and
happiness.
You must have missed something. Okay.
No, you didn't.
So Sophia
says, I can be my own worst enemy because I just cannot with some of these men's. Oh, she said she thought I had one. Okay. Then she thought she was in that relationship.
Right.
Understand it's not a perfect place, but it is a balanced place. And there's such great understanding now with being equally matched with what it is that my purpose and my calling is, and what it is that his purpose and his calling is, and seeing them together and seeing the magic that they are creating.
When you find that person and you find enough redeeming qualities to overlook some stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not perfect.
And neither is Lisa.
Close to it.
Okay.
No.
But everything else is so great that early on I realized I couldn't do no better than this. Okay. I could date anybody. I could date everybody. Okay. But there was not anybody like Lisa. Okay. So I was willing to deal with some stuff.
Grand Rising.
Okay. I even had a moment where I had to decide, am I willing to take this crap anymore? When I broke up a fight in front of her home and I took a chair to my head. Okay. Someone hit me in the head with a chair and buckled my knees. And I was like, if I wasn't over here to see her, I wouldn't have got hit. Okay. Is this worth it?
Is it worth it?
It is. It is now. But I had to decide then because I never had to come back.
Okay? No, you didn't.
There was no remote control bringing my car. I had to choose to drive to you.
You hadn't even officially moved in yet.
No, I wasn't. But I had to decide in that moment, nursing a wound, do I want to deal with this anymore?
I'm so sorry.
That was this close, baby.
I'm sorry. I'm like,
I'm not signing up for this shit.
I'm grateful that every day that you came back.
That's right, I guess. Couture says, amen. So grateful. Sophia says, oh, yeah. I see sadness in that, my sister. She said,
yeah.
I must be my own worst enemy because I cannot with some of these men's. You know, I just see that both sides of that, though.
Yeah, because it's not perfection. It's not perfection. There's not every little thing. There are still some learning that I had to do of his personality.
Obviously.
And some learning that he had to do with my personality as
Lisa
well as
had to do some shutting up in the beginning. So she had to learn how to bite her tongue some. Okay. And I had to learn to see better or listen better. Okay. Kia, good morning.
Kia says, ooh, he said a bad word.
I did. Y'all saw that, huh? So you caught that. I was going to keep moving past it, Kia, as if nobody heard it.
I know, because Sophie is on. Sophie, Uncle Brian does not.
Dearica is my niece.
Yes, but Dearica's grown up. Sophie is not a grown up. Melissa Price is.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm sorry. Dearica's my niece. She's on. He says, you don't have to be perfect, but you're perfect for each other.
Amen.
That's right there.
Sophia says, yeah, Tim got hit by a truck, but he's still yet holding on with my arse.
Oh, wow. You still holding on with your arse? Okay.
I'm trying to see what Judy said, because I just see arse. Oh, Judy said I had to bite my tongue for the first couple of years.
Yeah.
It's about figuring out, because some of the things that I get to bite my tongue for I don't really bite my tongue that much now. I do think a lot longer before I speak. But because there was still translation. There was still translation that had to be made. I had to learn how to speak Brian. You can't speak Lisa to Brian. You got to speak Brian to Brian. You might think that that's just English and we speak English, so we should both understand each other. But there have been a lot of things that we understand that even in English, we don't mean the same thing.
You told me one time, and this is something that I lift up a lot when I think about you, my wife. We had a financial challenge, and there didn't look like there was going to be a way to get out of this hole. But I had every confidence that we could get out of this hole. And Lisa was doubting it, but she didn't say it to me. She was very worried about it, but she didn't say it to me. So I went forward and, with every confidence and we fixed it. Okay. We got recovered. Okay. And then she didn't tell me right away. She revealed to me later on how she felt. And I thought to myself, oh, wow. She was thinking that, but she had enough within her to keep within herself, because if she had imposed her doubt or my confidence in the wrong moment, it could have messed up the whole ship. It could have, if she had imposed that, but she had learned, be patient. He's doing something. So she had to learn how to speak Brian. But I always highlight that as a moment of maturity and a moment of help. because these kinds of times will keep coming. They'll come up another situation where it's challenging. Monica Allison
said, it's amazing to me that when I met you guys, you were newlyweds. Early on, it seemed like you were a well-oiled machine. I am so grateful for your transparency I have experienced during these 7 years.
That's right.
I don't have that in my life, but it has enhanced so many other relationships I've developed over time. Amen. Kia goes on
I'm
to
glad
say,
for that, Monica.
My girl has never been in a fight in her life, but she took a punch from an ex and is still here 3 years later. I do really believe that she is my soulmate, a place of peace.
Amen. Amen.
She took a punch from an ex of yours?
Ooh, she had to decide right there. If an ex of yours punched her in the face,
am I going to stay around for any more exes?
Right. Who knows?
For any more punches?
Who knows what else coming?
Woo, Jesus. Well, I'm grateful that she has stayed, and I'm grateful that you are in a place of peace.
I had to give up some blood to get Lisa.
It's 9:45. Y'all know we ain't do the cards.
We do the greeting songs. We'll do the songs anyway. This is Friday. This week has flown by to me. But I'm so glad this week is done because we've worked some really, really full days this week. This week has been gratifying for both of our businesses. It's been very gratifying, but we had to work some days, man. So I'm glad this week is going to end. We're going to have us a weekend, and we want the same thing for you too.
Absolutely. Take some time to end your week and recreate.
Yes.
Recreate. Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
I'm super excited about tomorrow for me because I have a shipment of cigars coming in tomorrow. I ordered some cigars, and I can't wait. My humidor is bare right now. It's only got a few stuff in it, and even my mason jar humidor is light, but I got a shipment coming tomorrow. Hallelujah.
I get to work tomorrow. I actually have a new client that I am closing out tomorrow. And I'm finishing up with Monica's project as well. And I'm grateful because I work on Saturday and Sunday this week, but not full days.
And today, Lisa's going to do the big chop cut off. She said she's going to take all of it off.
I'm going to take all of it off.
All of it off, y'all. She's going to take it off. So Monday, you'll see a new look on Lisa, the big chop. Miss Phyllis is here. She has a logo. Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Miss Couture Green is here. Back to life, back to Couture Green.
However do you want it,
however do you need it.
Good
morning. I need to see Couture's face again.
I know.
We need to get in her presence. Get her
hey,
energy.
Judy.
Oh, Judy, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Judy.
Hey, Judy. Sophia, Mama Sophia.
That's our logo, y'all. That's our logo. Mr. George Allen has a jam as well. And it goes, why must I cook like that? Why not hire Chef Rev?
It was a good food in me.
Not. Scroll, baby.
Amen. Monica and Monique are here.
Okay.
But I'm going to use the same song for both.
Okay.
Moni in the middle. Where's she at? In the middle. Moni in the middle. Where that at? In the middle. Amen. Monique Young and Monica Allison. That was for you.
My cough has gotten so much better lately.
Melissa, we're going to have to do you
Sophie's song.
And Sophie's song. Oh, yeah. We get to do Sophie's song.
Just Sophie because your mama's not there. It's only Sophie. Okay.
The sisters are doing it on their
own. That's right. Go ahead.
On their own.
I said the sisters.
Said the Price sisters are doing it on their own.
That's right. The Price sisters.
And good morning to you, Sophie Price.
Dr. Deborah Dunstan has a jam.
Dr. Deborah, healing trauma and deliverance coach. Mm-hmm.
GC Campbell Steppers of Columbia.
That's Brother Tarnez.
Tarnez? Let's do Tarnez anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Do it, baby.
Do it, baby.
Do it, baby. Do it, Tarnez, yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, we need to hang out with them again. Kia, Big Mike.
That's Kia. Right. I thought you had a song for Kia.
Not really. I've been playing around with it a little bit.
Brother Mark's here.
Mark Greer has a jam too, and it goes, so wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now.
Good morning, brother.
But we do need to find a jam for Kia. She deserves one. Let's get one together for her. Absolutely. I've been playing a lot of chess on chess.com, y'all. And I got my ranking up to like 560 something.
The Erica.
And then I went, that sounds good, actually. The Erica.
I think I got your number.
The Erica.
I think I have the answer.
Erica.
The Erica.
The Erica. The Erica. We might come with that. But I took a dip. I was losing games. My ranking was dipping. They put me up against better competition because I raced and they was kicking my butt. My ranking went back down, but lately my ranking has been coming back up because I played several games yesterday. I've been kicking butt. Even people that thought they were really good. So I'm enjoying it too. So if anybody here's a chess player, punk step up to get beat down.
Mark Greer has a closing thought for us, my dear.
Mark Greer says, human beings are an imperfect creature. Many times we are searching for perfection in a relationship when we should be searching for peace in a relationship. If the relationship is a safe place for you, it brings you a sense of connectedness. If it puts you in a state of mind that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that person has your back, you've got something special. Mm-hmm. 3 of the most powerful words you will ever speak to another human being is, I love you. Consequently, those same
let's see if I can get it.
My cough has gotten much better lately, actually, in the last couple of days.
Those same words. Hold on. I'll get there. Dang, we had a lot of comments today, you guys.
And Melissa Price did come in the room. So we got to do her jam too.
Yes.
Right here.
It's over here.
Okay. Those same words provide the aforementioned peace when they are spoken to you by someone who means it with their entire being. Happy anniversary to you too. Thank you very much. Melissa Price is in the room.
And she says, I hope everyone had a great weekend. Sophie turns 10 this weekend. Woo-hoo. Oh my goodness. She's got me attempting an insane cake for her today. She's been listening to you with me this morning.
Thank you.
Well, she's grateful.
Got you attempting an insane cake. That sounds like something a 10-year-old would ask mom to do. But bam, 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 bam. Melissa's on. Now it's time for us to sing her song. Melissa's on. Good morning, Miss Melissa Price.
And happy birthday, Sophie.
That's right.
I definitely thank you guys for coming this morning.
We got to get out of here. Melissa Price says, Mark's song is still my favorite after all these years. Has it been years? I guess it has. Sophia President says,
hey, fam, I got to go. Love y'all. Too. Thanks so very much.
You're very welcome.
Amen. Happy birthday, Sophie, from Sophia as well. Dr. Deborah says, happy anniversary. That's right. That's next Sunday is our anniversary.
That's not our anniversary yet.
That's right. That's
right.
I
believe trying to celebrate days over weeks and months is corny.
Man.
Okay, it's
and
corny.
Happy birthday to
It'll
Sophie
be on the 23rd.
Dr. Deborah.
Today's the 14th.
Absolutely.
We got 9 whole days. Then it'll be our anniversary.
And also, we want you guys to mark on your calendar. We'll have more information for you. But Brother Santiago Sims' celebration of life will be held in Charlotte, North Carolina on April the 22nd, yep. Which is not Saturday, but next Saturday at 11 a.m. And we'll provide you with the details for that as well as an opportunity to give as well. We'll be sharing those links as well.
Yep. Melissa's on bomb. That's right. And my anniversary is coming up on the 26th. That's right around ours. every year.
That's right.
And Dr. Deborah says, happy birthday, Sophie.
Happy birthday. We love you.
Gotta go. We're
love
2
you,
minutes late.
Love you. And I got to get in my car, race down the road. And have a great weekend. Don't forget to have sex.
Bye.